Here we go, Joe. There you go. We're live from Abu Dhabi.
We've never been to Abu Dhabi.
I'm in Abu Dhabi right now. It just happens to have a hotel room that looks exactly like the room I normally do this podcast with you. And your room is strikingly almost like the room that you have in Pennsylvania. Even down to the details of the supplements on the shelf behind you. This is ridiculous. They've really gone on all this time. They've outdone themselves.
The supplements got to who's an asshole?
What's that? I'll shut my phone off now.
Asshole.
I'll at least put my phone on silent so I can be like, you're unprofessional. You're the one that's unprofessional, not me. Your phone went off first.
You would think we were on episode 1, not 31.
It feels like one. Oh, mine's already on silent. Wow, you are such a noob.
That's why we're B plus, bruh.
B plus, bah. Why don't you give everybody a quick rundown of the Rhythm and Brews trip you took on the weekend?
Oh, we went to a well, your wife went as well.
How come you were? You know what? I'm going to skip to the chase here. How come you were only there for 2 hours? People were there the entire day drinking their faces off.
Dude, we were sardine can.
You what? You ate a sardine can?
No, we were just, you know. You couldn't get a beer. You couldn't.
There's too many people. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you drink a lot of beer snob beers all together and then get sick immediately afterwards?
No, I didn't get sick afterwards, but
Did you get sick immediately afterwards the next day?
Yeah, of course. Well, so everyone knows, you know, we've been gone, but you know, I can't say, you know, that people don't expect that because we're
B plus.
We're B plus and not consistent.
We were not consistent for quite a while, but we're here to change all that, and we're not change all that like our last podcast where we said we were going to do a whole bunch more and then proceeded to do zero.
I ended up getting married. So
yeah, in your defense, you did get married.
Yeah, and went on a honeymoon.
And went on a honeymoon in Aruba, where he was able to text everybody like he had normal coverage all the time,
except for you.
Except for me. And I would text him like normal, like he wasn't in Aruba, but he was. And I expected the same results. And you know what they say about that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to cover Stranger Things Season 1 recap. Let's start it off.
All right, well, let me get into it. As you know, I'm always late to the party with all this shit. So, Stranger Things. Started watching it when it came out. Hated it. Got to episode 4, and it turned around for me. And I watched season 1 on the plane. And then I think I started season 2 on the way home. So I finished season 2 last night. And I was talking to you today on the phone, and I think the Duffer Brothers are onto something, and I think they're going to be a force, you know, not force to be reckoned with, but you know, they'll be
a force to be reckoned with. What other brothers are doing stuff like that in Hollywood today? I used to think that the Wachowski brothers are onto something, and now they're like, I don't think they're even making anything or producing.
Yeah,
are they? Last thing I saw, they had something going on Netflix, and it was a series. And the last time I remember, they made a movie. It was Cloud Atlas. It was really, really good, but really hard to understand. And coming from me, that's a lot because I understand most things, even if they're complex. Cloud Atlas must have been some. Oh no! The last movie they made was, oh God, I went to see Jupiter Ascending. I saw that in the theater by myself. It's a good thing too. I would have been
movies.
I would have been a little embarrassed if I had brought somebody to the movie to watch that, because they would have looked at me and they're like, what is this steaming pile of? And before they can finish saying what they had to say, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know what happened here. It looked good. The trailer was nice. and just like stutter over the rest of my words. But yeah, they make good movies. And now I don't really know if they're doing anything besides not looking them up. The Duffer Brothers have an excellent ability to bring back that, here we go, 80s nostalgia. And
yes,
what you want to do is ask yourself one thing, and I'll stop doing deep thoughts with Jack Handy over here. Is it the 80s nostalgia that you remember only because you grew up through the 80s, or is it the nostalgia you think about when you're referencing the 80s because of the movies that you watched that came out of the 80s? So anything Stephen King that came out of the 80s, anything Steven Spielberg that came out of the 80s, like all these things, if you mish and mash them and put them together, you can make a series, make you nostalgic for the 80s, but don't be fooled. It's not because you were watching these movies take place while you were just like around the 80s or watching these movies like last year or yesterday. It's the way they make the movies look like those movies from the same exact era. And it comes down all the way to the font in the title screen and the awesome opening sound clip.
The theme music?
Yeah, the theme. It's great.
That was on when I was talking about doing this, and the Honest Trailers review came out. Or the Honest Trailers is not a review. The Honest Trailers came out, and I forget exactly what it says. Go watch it because Honest Trailers is awesome. But
I'll type that in now so I don't forget.
When it starts, you know how Netflix has a little skip intro come up?
Yeah, which I never do.
He's reviewing it. He's like, "Fuck no, I'm not going to skip the intro. This music awesome."
It's like the best part of the whole show.
But yeah, I got into it when it first came out. I was really excited. I saw the trailer and saw that Netflix was going to go with the horror show, which obviously, if you've seen season 1, it's a little bit mix of both. Which I'm not the biggest sci-fi guy, but
see, I'm big into sci-fi, and I think I have a lot of good things to look forward to because if Stranger Things was somewhat of a mystery horror with the twist of sci-fi that you got to learn more about as it progressed, I think, and you can confirm this, but don't spoil it for me because I haven't seen season 2 yet. I'm looking forward to watching all 9 episodes, and I'm like, 9
get it done. We got to get it done this week.
I could do that, but I wish there were more episodes.
No, don't even get me started with this shit.
What do you mean, no? I wish there was 12 episodes instead of 9? That's not a whole lot.
Get out of here. No.
You would have survived. You totally would have been fine. You would have been okay.
You're probably the guy that loves the double albums and stuff too, right?
Oh, you mean I'm the guy who watched all 24 episodes of the X-Files and then was surprised that there was still 26 episodes and I had 2 more to go? Yeah, the X-Files was epic, but it went on forever.
No, 8 episodes, 9 episodes. Listen, 8 episodes was absolutely fine for this season. Let's not get ahead of ourselves with season 2, but 8 episodes is awesome. Because like I explained to you, let's use our example. What's our example?
The example is Stranger Things.
No, the example is Arrow.
Oh no, not Arrow.
We have 24 episodes.
Okay, I guess I should talk about the Arrow sample because I've actually watched more of the Arrow than you did.
We have to do it quick. We can't make this a friggin' Arrow podcast, but Arrow,
that'd be really easy to do.
DC dub shows are 24 episodes long, so it's like what, season 7 or 8. You can't sit down. I will never watch that because of this ever. I will never watch it.
Listen, so you're just jealous because the Arrow's got it going on, and they are not in season 7 or 8. There's no way.
You could replace on a Sunday a day of work with doing 8 hours of Stranger Things, and you got season 1 under your belt.
Or you could replace it with just a portion of a season of Arrow and still kind of not really know which way you're going.
Listen, when Stranger Things is on season 7, you're gonna have what?
I don't know, 6 episodes total.
Huh?
They'll keep going down in episodes. They went up in an episode for season 2.
That's because they have a filler episode, but we'll get to that later.
And by your model, every season they put out, they should lose an episode. So by season 5, let's see, season 3 they'll have 8, season 4 they'll have 7. By season 5 they'll have 6 episodes, and you'll be rejoicing, and I'll be the fan that's just I kind of want more Stranger Things, but they keep taking episodes away until seasons come out and they're just 1 episode.
If it was 6 episodes of pure entertainment and not bullshit like all these other shows, then why not? I'm not saying it should go 6. I think 8, 9, whatever. That even 10 is a good number. But if they were sitting there and they had the balls, unlike some douchebags like Walking Dead, to say, hey, we have 6 episodes of content to keep these people entertained. Let's do 6. Let's not overstretch it. We can tell our story in 6 episodes. So that's what we'll do. Not this, we have to stick to some stupid formula and have me sleeping. I quit shows because of this.
Why'd you call it The Walking Dead, bruh?
Because I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I know what you hate. You're not even watching it.
This should be the pinnacle of Walking Dead television right now. That in the comics was the best. I don't even have to go into it. We have a Walking Dead podcast, but that was the best. that in the series so far. I don't know where they're at now. I wait like a year or two, and then I just
hold on. I found your answer. The Arrow television series is on its 6th season.
Yeah.
It aired on October 12th, 2017, which is yesterday. No, a month ago yesterday, and they have 23 episodes per season. So that's a lot of episodes. I'm not going to say it's not. I watched up to 4, and I gave it a break. I'll go back and finish it. But here's what he's saying. He's saying that 23 episodes, when you take away the commercials, whether they're 45 minutes or a little under, a little over, is too much. And the way of the future, is like it's gonna be Stranger Things. That's my example. Stranger Things is season 1. It's 8 episodes. It's all wham bam, thank you ma'am content, little filler, and you get all story and no kind of in between nonsense or fluff. So they did that again with season 2, is what you're telling me. And of the 9 episodes, they had 1 filler. People commented on the one that they did have filler because it was at this juncture or this climax or point in the story where people are like, say you had to watch one at a time. The next day you'd be like, I can't wait to watch this next episode. This is going to be amazing. And then you get the filler episode. You'd be like, oh, what the fuck?
That's podcast. Let's do this because we'll be here all night.
I'll finish. What I had to say was that if in the future, the way to watch a series is to watch it like a really good mini series with all content. And I first saw this method being done when it came to the BBC's Sherlock. It's a season. It's 3 episodes only. Every episode's an hour and a half with commercial. And you watch your 3 episodes and you're done for a year. And you do that again and again. And I think it's on pause right now. But this could be the way to do things. And I think that Stranger Things and Sherlock are onto something of just giving us straight up content. Because then you get to go out being like the GOAT. You're the greatest of all time. You gave an awesome performance and you didn't waste time with filler.
I just hope that, like I said, people don't. I mean, maybe that's why. I mean, once again, I don't want to get into the 2nd season, but no, it's not that. It's that, like I told you today, when I did watch Beyond Stranger Things, and that will be included in the Stranger Things 2 podcast. But when I watched Beyond, like I told you, they were writing as they were filming season 2. So maybe it was. I hope that they don't. That they're writing and they said, okay, we need, we have more content. We need 9, which is fine. But honestly, if they, which I don't think they will, but if, they come down on season 3 or 4 or whatever, and they say, hey, we are going to do 6, then good. If it's all content, who cares? Like, these shows that have 24 episodes, there's trash episodes like all over the place, and that's why I hope that it sticks to pure content. And have a season. I heard through the grapevine there might be only like 4 seasons, which is fine. Plus, we're gonna get into that discussion with the kids and how I feel about that. With the that they're gonna friggin' turn 16 and probably like become giants next season. But
well, they have a year to age every time, and I hear what you're saying. You want more content and less time that you have to spend on something, because then you can move on to something else, and that it totally works. I'm saying that I'm enjoying Stranger Things so much that in season 1 I could use a few more episodes, and if they have filler, I wouldn't have cared. I would have just watched them. I wouldn't want to listen. Let's not violate the contract. Let's say 12 would have been cool. Okay, let's not go all the way up to 24. But that being said, from what I'm being told, season 2 is so good that I'm gonna wish it was 12 episodes. Whether those extra episodes were content or filler, it wouldn't have mattered. It sounds like they really put together an even more solid season that totally leapfrogs off the first one, and that's just an exciting thing. That being said, should we just recap the first one?
Yeah. So Stranger Things is, we have 4 kids.
Well, 5, like 4 kids, and then they turn to 5, but then it's still 4
with 11. I mean, we don't have to tiptoe around everything. If you haven't watched it, there's going to be spoilers. If you haven't watched it, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Why are you even here? But let's we don't have to. I don't think we have to go into what it's about, in detail or whatever.
How about Will? Is their friend that gets abducted? People think he's been abducted, right?
Right.
And it turns out he's in this place called the Upside Down. and oh no, music just started, and like it's only on my end, and I gotta figure out where it is and kill it. um, uh, so they start looking for Will Byers and his mother, played by Winona Ryder. I'll ask you, does she make faces?
Winona, Winona face.
Does she make lots of faces?
Yeah,
Every face she makes, is it a Winona face?
it's a Winona face.
Okay.
This is coming straight from the Honest trailers. You gotta watch it. It's
I'm
hilarious.
switching right over to the character of Jim Hopper. What do you think about Jim Hopper when it started? He is the town's.
I thought Jim
chief.
Hopper was a
Police.
I thought he was a goofball. I hated the cop.
You thought he was a goofball on goofballs because he was doing some goofballs in the beginning.
Right. I thought he was a terrible character. I didn't care for it. That was one of my gripes with the show. I was like, what is this? This guy's, just he's a goof. And
then what happened?
Then episode 4 happened. He started knocking people out left and right. And
then episode 4 happened, and he transformed into Indiana Jones and or Harrison Ford or both.
Right. And you know what? I heard about this when it first came out to give it to that time because they said, how about the character change of the sheriff in the podcast I was listening to at that time.
Okay, that's not bad.
And I when I went back into it, I waited for it, and now I absolutely adore the character. I think he's awesome.
Oh yeah, he's a great character.
And you'll see in season 2, like even more awesome. They give a lot more dynamic, but yeah, I like him. Obviously, everyone, 11 was cool, even though she just screams the entire show.
Oh no, 11 became more dynamic as 11 had to learn to live in an everyday house, even wear clothes that made no sense to her at all. But then she started to expand on how much she was able to actually hone in on the powers of telekinesis, and she got stronger and she became telekinetic, and she would use them both in different manners and in different levels of power. But then it would start to have a cost on her. Her nose would normally bleed, right. Whether she was moving stuff around or like causing the walkie-talkies to be able to have a direct link over to Will in the Upside Down. And she's a really cool character, but yeah, I'll have to agree with you on that one. Hopper is great with his ability to try to talk his way in or through situations, or just straight up like clobber someone in the face, or like his ability to break into places was hilarious, because I think that like it's the facility. What's the name of the facility? He talks his way into kind of the Hawkins National Laboratory. So like he talks his way into it sort of the first time, but then like a couple episodes later in season 1 here, like he just breaks into it like 3 more times. So like, they have all this security, and he just keeps getting in. They can't keep him out. Like they should hire him as the new chief of security, because he's so good at getting past their security. Is what I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah, I like, that's when I started liking him, when they were talking and they were looking about for Will, and I forget what they saw something on the camera, and Hopper goes to the rest of his people, like they're lying. And when he started getting that, a little bit of detective in him, or whatever you want to call it, is when I started really, really enjoying the character and getting into it. As a person, don't crucify me, audience. As a person who's never seen the Goonies or anything Stand By Me that these things relate to.
Oh, ouch, wait a minute. You haven't seen the Goonies or Stand By Me?
I don't want to see the Goonies. Stand By Me I'd watch. I don't want to.
Oh my God. You don't even know what you're saying. You're saying you don't want to see the Goonies? You don't even know what you missed. You
like that?
Did you? Okay. I've liked something that you've never seen. Yeah. Yeah, I did. It was really good. I just don't think that would be up your alley. What, the Goonies? I grew up watching stuff like that. That's my part of what I remember as movie 80s nostalgia, rather than, I was watching it because I was a kid in the 80s. So, like, the distinction for me is between, do I relate to this because I grew up in the 80s, or do I relate to this because I watched movies in the 80s? Like, there's all these different points where you can kind of just, like, say, is the chicken before the egg, or what do you want to do with this?
Right. But that a lot of people said that's what that the 4 kids hanging out, 5 kids
Well, that's
was
the
reminiscent of that.
people kept saying that's like the what? That's Stand By Me a lot. Did you see that one?
Mm-mm.
You like Stand By Me? That's Stephen King,
Yeah, I do.
He's
I
your
know.
guy. That's your dude.
That's something I would watch. But
let's talk about Winona Ryder. They had to have someone that people kind of recognized. I recognized her.
That's why you think she was there.
There's also Will's brother. His name's Jonathan. And who was the kid in who was the kid in T2, Terminator 2?
Oh, John Connor.
No, John Connor's the character, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about the kid actor. His name's Eddie something. Eddie Furlong, I think his name is.
Ed Furlong, yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and tell people that
Ed Furlong 2.0.
that Jonathan's played by Eddie Furlong, although it's not at all.
I can see that. I didn't even think of that. That's funny.
As soon as I look at him, I'm just like, oh, geez. The casting of the kids actually worked really good. We got 11, Millie Bobby Brown. We got Dustin. Mike is a real strong actor, and they used him a lot even in what was it? Stephen King's It.
Right.
His name's Finn Wolfhard. And to round off them, besides Will, there's Lucas. And Winona Ryder is Will's mother. Eddie Furlong 2.0, Jonathan, his brother. David Hopper, or David Harbourne. He plays Chief Hopper. And he's fantastic. And if you give him that time past episode 4, he just turns into like one of the driving forces besides 11.
Right.
You have Steve. He's the high school like heartthrob kind of type. Oh, you have Barbara, who's friends with. Tell me about Barb's character. I want to know your take on Barb.
Well, apparently the fans are really upset that, if you don't know, and within the first few episodes she gets captured, and then you find out later that she's dead.
You find out in the last episode that she's definitely dead. She was like captured her in the Upside Down for a while, but she didn't last as long as Will could.
People got upset. They said bring back Barb. They really wanted that character back, which
Barb's done.
I didn't care for the Barb.
Barb was smart.
I could take it or leave it.
Barb was responsible. Barb didn't approve of late night drinking or shotgunning beers. Barb was Nancy's friend until Barb met the end. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
met the Demogorgon. Which
did he meet her? Did she meet the Demogorgon? The Demogorgon? Say that 4 times, really fast.
Demogorgon. No, I can't do it.
We got 2. That was good.
That was good.
I'm not trying it.
So
I'll try it by the end of the episode. How about that?
The Demogorgon name is just lore from Dungeons and Dragons, correct? That's not what these things are called. They just named them because they're Dungeons.
If Mike, Dustin, and Will would play Dungeons and Dragons, and I think Will was usually the dungeon master, then Will's like big evil character was the Demogorgon. Demogorgon. I can't even do it twice in a row.
Yeah, so we have this thing, which that's one of the gripes, if we want to get into one, is which it's not a gripe like when everything is going to be said and done, but it's just that I had so many questions.
Tell me about another reputable actor in this series, aside from Winona Ryder, is one Mr. Matthew Modine, and he played Dr. Martin. What was up with Dr. Martin?
Who's that, Papa?
Yep, Papa, as 11 calls him, or L.
Yeah, none. Well, if we want to talk about Hawkins, like that's the laboratory, that's what I knew the show was really good, and it was really resonating with me because I was so angry that nothing was happening to those people.
Okay.
For a majority of this season, they get away with what they're doing and keep going, and I'm just sitting there, and even at the end, I didn't think that was. I thought that was a little quick, deaths and stuff that happened to these terrible this I thought I would see a little bit more. I mean, with the doctor, he got tore up by the Demogorgon, but I knew it was a good show because I was getting mad. Not mad, like real mad, but like I was sitting there and while watching it, I'm sitting there going, why isn't Why is it all bad? Like, why aren't these people getting what is coming to them? Why are they keep getting away with it and getting away with it? And I'm like,
they got away with a lot, and sometimes
they're so good, and I'm like, something's got to happen to these people.
You think they would have something go wrong, dead to rights, but no, they were fine. They kept getting away with like bloody murder. No pun intended. No pun Nintendo. So, you want to talk about where everyone ended up?
What do you mean?
The end, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
Well, number one, why is there 2 Demogorgons?
Well, because we're trying to say it like 2 times fast. Demogorgon, Demogorgon, Demogorgon. Oh, I did 3. How about that? Hey.
Why was there 2? I mean, no one explained that. No one said why.
They may not have even given you an explanation. The Upside Down is a place that we don't really understand too well. Although we were using people like Elle that had telekinetic and the powers of telekinesis, probably for something around the Cold War, because that was still going on during this part of the 80s. And harvesting or harnessing the power of the Upside Down would have also maybe had some of its advantages. And that's where this institution, that's where this place popped up. And we got to see some more footage of people going in and out of it, except for Barb. She goes in, she never comes back. And 11 could still be there. Near the end, she used the last of what power she had to be able to destroy, or at least take with her or it back to the Upside Down. And it then does like a real Resolute, but not super Resolute, where you were able to see like 1 year later, where did everybody end up? Like the buyers were home, they were reunited, and they were happily like enjoying Christmas. Will returned. The deadbeat dad was still on and off again, but I think Will still was suffering some of the effects of being in the Upside Down so long. Right? Sometimes I call it the Nether. I don't know why. This sounds right.
That's the original name for it.
Was it really?
The kids started calling it the Upside Down. You find that out in Beyond Stranger Things.
That's funny. That's really funny.
It was written as the Nether.
Get out of here.
Swear to God.
No, it always just stuck in my head.
If you watch the talk show, you'll find that out.
What's this? Tell me about this talk show real quick.
Beyond Stranger Things. It's 7 episodes. Some are like
so it's like Talking Dead with Chris Hardwick.
Yeah.
But there's no Chris Hardwick.
No, there's no Chris Hardwick. But
now there was Will Wheaton on a poor man's like Talking Dead, but not for Talking Dead, for a different show. They used Will Wheaton. Did they use Will Wheaton here?
No Will Wheaton.
Well, what gives? I
don't even know who the guy was. It was the first time I've ever seen him, but it's cool because you get the Duffer Brothers are on like 4 episodes.
Cool.
Answering stuff, and it's cool because you get to see the dynamic, and you get to see like one of the cool things that they talk about was they're like the kids are Dustin, the kid who plays Dustin, Gavin is there, and Lucas is there, and they were talking, and they were saying how it could be difficult to work with kids. And they're like, why? What was one of the things? They go, they wouldn't stop slapping each other in the face. and we had to tell them to stop because their faces were red before
you can go. Yeah, okay.
And it's like the kid that plays Dustin, he's like, we were filled up with adrenaline.
Yeah, okay, sure.
But you get that dynamic with the Duffer Brothers and the cast. It's neat.
That's neat. I'm gonna have to check that out. But you said you have to watch it only after watching the entire season because there could be spoilers. Yeah. All right. Well, that's really good to know because I would want to match with each episode, much like how I used to watch The Talking Dead. I don't really watch that show anymore.
It's an after discussion, but each episode takes different dynamics. So you'll have 2 characters that were together, and then like they have a theme like throughout each one. Why why these people are together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool.
But yeah, a couple questions that I had that I was talking to you is that the things that run through my head with Stranger Things is which if it's 4 seasons that's fine, whatever. But these kids, they're gonna hit puberty and they're gonna they could be like Carl in Walking Dead, where one season he's a little kid and the next he's 30 years old. He looks like 30
can't years old. Save him, Rick. Do it.
I guess they're gonna. They know where they're going with this. I'm sure they knew, but it's also different between, and that's what is weird to me is that they're all the same age. But I think
I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but I think they'll be okay for a little while, right?
Yeah, but I think Millie's like 13. Mike might be 13 or 14, and Dustin and Lucas are 15. So they're gonna hit that age sprout by the next time we see them. So they might be like 8 feet tall.
Well, they'll probably not be 8 feet tall. I'll just calm you down right now. Okay. It's only going to be a year in between shows, and this show has shown they are not afraid to say 1 year in the future. You know what I mean? So if they play their cards right, they could be like, maybe some time just passed in between, and everything was quiet, and the Nether wasn't really doing this or that, or the Upside Down's like okay, and normal life kind of resumed. And then that, yeah, they can write that in. They can write that in easily, no problem.
Yeah, so there's no fear of
no,
having,
not
like,
whatsoever.
two kids that look like adults and two kids that look like kids.
If most seasons usually, like, if they go as far as, like, let's say 5 seasons apiece, well, we're already 2 down, so there's 3 more. So they would age 3 more years with the ability to write that into the story. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm just saying with the age gap, you know, with
I could see if it's going to run for 10 or 20 more years, but I doubt they'll do that. If they're going to do this thing where
it doesn't matter if they get older, but it matters now. Like, it matters when Millie's 14 and these kids are 16 and they hit a growth spurt or something, you know? I mean, not saying that's going to happen, but
I mean, they could hit a growth spurt, but what I'm saying is time-wise and movement-wise, they can just have it explained like as time passed in town. You know?
Yeah, you could tell from season 1 to season 2. Obviously, you know, how much different they look.
I haven't seen it yet, so I actually can't wait to see how much older they end up looking.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it immediately, but when I was watching Beyond Stranger Things and they showed stuff from both,
yeah,
I was like, whoa, you know, they got older.
Yeah,
I mean, not by much, but you could tell. I mean, these kids are friggin' developing, you know.
I don't know. Maybe they can make them all smoke cigarettes. It's supposed to stunt their growth, right?
Yeah, they should keep that.
So, like, you can keep acting in this series as it's probably a platform for your career, but you're contractually binded to figure out whatever cigarette's going to be your favorite and smoke at least like 10 of them a day.
Oh God! And start lifting weights.
Yeah. Wait, smoke while they do so? They'll be coughing through. Like,
in season 2, there's a character that's smoking cigarettes while he lifts weights. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see that soon. Stop telling me stuff from season 2.
Dude, I don't think I just spoiled anything.
You just did. The whole show is spoiled for me right now. I'm like, I just saw season 2 in its entirety. There's a guy who smokes and lifts weights. It's over. I don't need to watch it.
So that was a concern I had. What was another thing we were talking about yesterday?
Maybe I like how they put the Egos in a box in the woods. So I think Hopper might still be leaving Elle or Eleven's favorite food, which is Egos, for her somewhere. So I was led to believe that this character's not done. It looks like she put a lot into being able to save them in a time of need, but she's probably in between both realms and is still going to be, you know, very prevalent in the season 2 to come. And it would be silly to get rid of a character that was that awesome, you know?
Yeah, and that the growth of 11 from episode 1 to episode 8 is just awesome. It ended up being someone that I didn't like the dynamic. I was just like, this is stupid. What is this kid, a monster? Or is it, you know, to really investing and really enjoying that character. And you'll get more of that in the next season too. It's
cool. I can't wait.
Yeah, she's cool, and I really like the actress. Like, watching her from Beyond Stranger Things, you could see that she's probably going to have a major career ahead of her. I mean, I think unless they get
that'd be great.
Unless they get pigeonholed like these other child actors. But
you mean like Joffrey?
No, Joffrey quit acting.
Why did he quit acting? What happened?
Because people can't separate Joffrey from the real person, and they were.
I can separate it.
He was getting like people were coming after him.
I know they were. It was bad.
Yeah,
I'm making it into nothing, but it wasn't that.
How can you be a grown ass person? I mean, the same thing is happening with Stranger Things. You see the shit with Finn?
No.
Some guy is waiting outside his hotel room. He's fucking 14. Some guy is waiting outside his hotel room, and he's like, Finn, with his phone, Finn. Then he goes out and tweets, Finn Wolfhard's a fucking asshole. Don't forget about who got you here, asshole. The kid's 14 years old.
I don't know. I think the guy's got a valid point. He's got fans now. He's got to cater to his fans, and I think it should go over there and sign a few things for that guy. He sounds like he's paparazzi, and that he's a His hotel room. How do you know it's his hotel room?
I think they said it. I saw the article or whatever.
Oh, okay.
The guy was like waiting, and I think the girl that plays Sansa in Game of Thrones wrote this big thing on Twitter, like, "Fuck you."
Okay.
Like, why are you standing outside a child's hotel room? You fucking creep. Like,
yes, nice, Sansa. Good job.
Get
him, Sansa. Don't let him do that.
But yeah, man, I don't fucking know. It's people say they like want fame and fortune and all that, but like, shit's gotta be tough, man. Especially as a kid, he's 14. Doesn't matter. Like, he's 14 years old.
I hear you. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, but like Joffrey's a kid. Joffrey was a kid. These people are going after him because, like, oh, you chopped off Eddard Stark's head. Like, what the fuck? I didn't do that in real life.
Cake's dry. It's called Joffreying somebody. I think my father Joffreyed my mother the one time when she made an entire meal and he ate it. He's like, it's dry. I'm like, did you just Joffrey, Mom? God, you kind of suck. What are you doing? You're gonna give Mom the Joff. It's dry. I need something to drink.
But other than like the kid thing, I just found that there's a lot of questions, and
good. I hope there's lots of questions so we can have a long time, but not too long. Not too long of a time.
I'm not thinking learning like all this closure, which obviously you don't. Obviously these guys are good enough of what they're writing and what they're producing that they know where, even though they might not know exactly where it's going to go, they know what's going on.
I think it's like you said. I believe you're the one that said that they are writing while they are like pretty much filming and putting out season 2. If they didn't know if they had gold on their hands in season 1, which they obviously did, they know they have to move forward with this, and they're going to probably do an awesome job. And this is going to be a true accomplishment for the Duffer Brothers, because a lot of people are really fired up about this series, and I've been using this series as my own personal the wave of the future. And like, it's gonna be the way you should do things. It's a good format. It's you get in and you get out, you watch a really good story, and you kind of want more sooner, but you don't get that. You have to wait one whole year. That's it.
I hear you. But overall, totally, especially after season 2, which, like I said, we'll come back and do once you finish it.
Sure.
Which, when the fuck have I ever finished something before you? This might be a first.
This has never really happened before. Usually you'll start something, you'll be like, it's my favorite show in the whole world, love it. And I'll be like, okay. So did you keep watching it? No, man, I quit that after episode 2 or episode 3. I'm like, wow, you got to episode 3 of your favorite show in the world and you actually quit it? That's okay.
Dude, that's why I stick to movies.
I'm going to go finish this, and then I'll let you know how it ends up.
Yeah. That's why I have to stick to movies.
Preacher's the best. Preacher's my life. And I'll be like, okay, if Preacher's your life, you're going to watch every episode. Like, oh, watch all of them. And then like, it'll be episode like 2, and you're like, yeah, this show sucks. I'm done with this. Huh?
Preacher season 1 was not good.
Yeah, but season 2 is worth watching. I didn't even finish it all.
I know. I will one day.
All right. I'll stop myself in season 2 so we can watch like the last couple episodes around the same time.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't watched Stranger Things, which I'm sure you have, definitely check it out. Definitely check out season 2.
Yes.
Is it better?
Yeah. What I'm hearing, or like a renounding, absolutely. Not that it was bad to begin with. I'm just saying they really have it going. And the part I forgot to mention is that, like, if you are a sci-fi fan, don't be afraid, because I think they turned the sci-fi up to 11 in season 2.
Yeah, it's a great show, and I wanted to get this out while it was fresh in my head. And everybody's on like Stranger Things craze right now, as in like they're selling the 80s clothes back at like Target or something.
Cool, sell it up, buy that stuff, buy it all.
But yeah, we'll be back. I don't know when. Once Nasum finishes season 2, we'll be back with that. But what else?
We got a Star Wars trailer up next, just so you know.
Yeah, Star Wars trailer up next. So we're gonna shoot for Wednesday to try to get that out to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you then. You got anything else to say about Stranger Things?
No, that's it.
You got a good Winona face to leave people with that are actually watching, not the
okay. Imagine there's a bunch of so that's pretty good. You can imagine there's a bunch of Christmas lights in front of my face, and I think I'm talking to my son, and I'll just make a face that's just like like that. That's a Winona face.
Oh, sorry for the podcast.
Demogorgon. Oh my god, I'm getting faster at it.
You never played D&D, did you?
I tried to, and then all the people that I wanted to play the game with decided that they really couldn't find a time or a day to meet. And then the idea of wanting to play the game was like awesome, but like having to wait and not play was just like it's completely deflating. Yeah. Like imagine a balloon that gets blown up. You're like, this is gonna be so cool, and then all the air gets lit up, helium or oxygen, or like it doesn't matter what it is, like helium or
well, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this is the B Plus Podcast. We'll be back on hopefully Wednesday to bring you the Star Wars trailer that we wanted to do weeks ago. But
yeah, Star Wars 2.
Some asshole had to go get married and then go to foreign countries.
Foreign country? Yeah, it's a foreign country. You gotta go hang out with pirates on the 7 seas.
If you enjoy this, please give it a like. Subscribe so you get the updates when we go live. And we'll see you again. Take care.
See you soon.